Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the New Black VTF here, T3 Live with today's market wrap-up, or what there is to wrap up of it. Real slow day here, Jewish holiday, and with the Fed announcement coming. So, with interest rates still up in the air and some participants not here, not a whole lot to talk about. So, without getting too involved in micromanage, we also want to be aware of the conditions that can cause something like this, where things, like if you look at a 1 minute S&P going up, down, down, bang, 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 bang. And you've heard me talk about inside bars, but when they're forming, this is what I've talked about many, many times about what a consolidation looks like. And a consolidation looks like this: an inside month here, and albeit green, and then we open the week. And the week opens and drops in a little bit red. That's conflict, going up on one time frame, down in the other time frame. Inside month, inside week, and we had inside day on Friday. And although we gapped just slightly above that, we couldn't take out the day that caused it to go inside. So these 2 days are completely within inside last Thursday's range. So like I said, without risk of too much micromanage, the question here: do we go down sideways here and then measured move and start to move lower out of that, or do we hold this and try and take another shot up there, or what have you? It's like I said, a lot of hands off until we can get some more clarity from the Fed, and we got options X. That doesn't help to see what's going on. If we look at QQQ, a bunch of the same. So it was inside day, and still completely within this bar's range. And so we want to watch and see how we get out of that stuff. So in this environment, I mean, if you look, no matter what you look at, oil, in this environment, oil for the day, Doji, gold goes up a little bit. You've got like XLE here, Doji, FAS. You can see there's almost a complete lack of interest to do anything, and so there's no need to be the hero and the first person in there. So what we can do is we want to look at things that are discernibly trying to start out the week by taking out last week's highs or lows. And to start any given day, we want to look for the gaps that can be either gap and go, gap and reverse. So depending on how you got in there, or what was going on, AQXP was one this morning. Here you can see that. Off the 15er, you got the nice gap and reverse there. TMST was a gap and go. RPTP. So we'll be watching those gaps in the morning, because in this environment, that might be the biggest movers we can try and get a hold of. And then we'll slowly look at things that, for clues on, as the week goes on and what's going to happen in the month, although it is looking pretty clean that we're going to be an inside month. With this just stuff discernibly taking out last week's lows. There's Conoco's an inside week and down, TCK, so in the copper, BP, so more energy, Emerson Electric. Just so we have an idea, when the market does vacillate back and forth, who's showing the early strength and early weakness. And so on the upside, you had Apple gap up, albeit red because of the gap. It closed below the gap, but it is above last week's highs. We start moving higher again. SRPT, we saw some bios there. SSYS here, believe it or not, it's hard to see there, but SSYS actually had a good day. Hasbro taking out last week's highs. TRVN, nice move there. BXLT. We had XON here, slightly above the week, and a couple of REITs, triple N and letter O, just a little bit. But as you can see, a little tough to discern that anything's going to happen, especially when, like I said, when you have those those inside bars that don't quite take out the bar that causes them to go inside. And so in the bios also had ALKS still hanging around near the highs from last week's good move here. Clovis still staying tough up in there near the highs. EQIX is another one that's hanging around new all-time highs. So I wish I had more for you, but sometimes backing off just a little bit and watching the intraday moves, the 60 and the 30-minute bar, when they're going green to the upside, who's hanging around the highs? We want to go after those. When they start backing off towards the lows, we want to see who stayed weak when we were strong. And eventually, something's got to give. However, with the holiday this week, that the Fed minutes, it doesn't come out until Thursday, so this could be a very long week. So the best advice I got right now is we're going to watch morning gaps to see what we can get out of there. Continually look to see if there's any evidence of natural buying and selling in different sectors, any natural rotation. Right out in the chute in the morning, we had some strength in the utilities that later faded, and that's pretty much what you can expect. And so one of the most important things that you can learn out of this is when you you feel like it's a choppy market and not doing anything, to be able to identify what condition would cause something like that. And what that is an inside bar on a longer term time frame. So you want to know what if you're trading something, if it's going to be inside of the month, it's not trending. There's no way it's taking that out, probably not taking that out. And on the week, inside week, so it's not trending unless it takes that out, or that out would still be considered consolidating. And on that daily, although we slightly took it here, still these 2 days completely within that day, and so still consolidating. So that's just a little clue you can look for. And when you have that condition, you can expect things to chop back around until that changes. So we'll try and continue to look for things that are trending. I'll be in the morning, see if I can dig up some gaps for you. I hope everybody stayed out of the way and didn't get chopped up too much. And remember, there's nothing going on, do nothing. So I'll see you in the morning. That's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Sidley in the Black VTF here at T3 Live with today's Market Wrap-Up.